All right, well, welcome to Geek Philosophy, where we love geeky wisdom, and you have reached session 9 of Ventas' Relics of the Ancients campaign. My name's Brian, I'm the DM, and on the right side of the screen at the top, you see Carrie, as usual, playing Henrik, and then below me, you've got Crystal playing Reva, and next to her, we've got Melanie playing Elora. Welcome back, guys.
Hello.
All right, a little bit of a break in between, but understandable when we got pre-K graduations and all kinds of family stuff going on. So congrats, Carrie, and let's jump into it, shall we?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it.
So after you had, I would say, a productive meeting with Dean Spiros Alexandrin and Night Host, you found some answers to some of the questions that you sought, but there were a few other questions that were still unanswered, or at least brought suspicions. And you were treated to an introduction to a new companion, which was a living construct of the Donran Empire, the same empire that you guys have been researching as you're going after these ruins. And it turns out that he was more than just a construct. He was a being, an alive being named Temper. And you were also surprised by a reintroduction to someone that you thought you once knew in Terrence Keach. Mm-hmm. And so after tense discussion of some really well-crafted questions, of probing questions that you guys had done, you were able to get some answers, albeit uneasy answers, and you found Terrence to be the half-brother to Elora, and he had kept this secret for years, which was sort of shocking. And also, you were cautiously believing that he is turning away from the Shadow Seekers, and was also sort of surprised that after seeing what they were really doing, he kind of felt like he needed to leave them. But Spiros felt confident in his ability to keep him under wraps, so he was going to take Terrence with him back to the Athenaeum as you left on your larger goal. And the only reason you were able to find out where they were is you all joined together in a ritual to discern the location of where the remaining Shadow Seekers are, or at least who you know to be the remaining Shadow Seekers, Drisha and her companions. And you were able to actually narrow it down to a specific location, which was a Donran excavation site. Actually, Donran excavation site 12A, which is at the base of Mount Faystar. And it just so happens that this was the excavation site where Temper was found and he awakened. So this is where we kind of pick up. You were given the opportunity to make some preparations, but also there is a teleportation circle in this library that will take you, they've already prearranged it to take you to the base of Mount Faystar. And if you go into the city of Faystar proper, you'll be able to use their teleportation circle there to get back whenever you're done with what you're setting out to do. So that's where we left off. That's what the intent was for your continued adventure. But are there any last minute preparations before the circle, before you head out to Mount Faystar? I know that some of this stuff was probably done offline and in between sessions, but I wanted to make sure I gave you a chance before we do that. Is there anything else that you think you might need to do or discuss?
I wanted to buy a new hair tie for my guy's hair. The old one's pretty ratty, so just hit up the market.
Okay.
Hair tie.
Awesome. We're going to do a side adventure. We're going to stop what we had for today, so forget the map, and we're going to go shopping for this adventure. No, I'm just kidding. I know. As Crystal's shaking her head.
I was about to say, Crystal's fixing to murder you.
Just kidding.
Because I'm shedding the beanie for this mission, just so you guys know.
Oh, okay. No beanie.
I'm beanie-less this mission. I'm just going to have my man bun.
We will use our mind's eye, because whenever you see your icon, it will still have the beanie, but this is D&D, so we can imagine that you have your hair pulled back and not under a beanie.
Well, during combat, I'll put it back on. How about that?
Oh, it's up to you. I mean, yeah. It's protection.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let me put my hat on.
Yep.
I say we smother him with it.
Yeah. All right. So other than the hair tie, so a scrunchie for Henrik. Any other things that you need to do, or are we setting out?
I give everybody a piece of chalk. I bought chalk, so I give everybody a piece of chalk. And how many healing potions do you guys have?
I think I have one.
Yeah, okay. I have one.
Okay, I wanted to make sure that I had given each of you that you both had one. Okay.
So everybody has at least one. Okay. Good. All right.
That's it.
That's all I needed. Yep, let's do it.
Okay, so after collecting yourself, you you make your way through the library. You're back in the library after the preparations that you've made, and light from the large overhead skylights that you saw, the big dome that were apparent. The light is flooding the chamber. It's beautiful, actually, because of the way the colors kind of shimmer. And you make your way to the side of the room where there's a small entryway that is blocked by this statue that is of sort of a scholarly fellow with a long beard, and it looks like it has carved in with glasses. So it looks like an old sort of librarian, maybe, that you don't recognize the person, but it appears to be someone that was revered in the past. In a similar way that we might have like in museums, like a statue of Aristotle or something. It seems sort of like a revered statue. It's parts of it are chipped. It must have been excavated at some point. And as you move towards the entrance where you were told to go, where the teleportation circle is, the statue doesn't come alive or anything, but it just kind of shifts over to one side, revealing the door behind. And as you enter the door, you're able to see that there's a small writing desk, like right near the door as you go in. And it seems to be a well-crafted writing desk with sort of scroll work and filigrees on it. It's really sort of a fancier desk there, but it has on it a large logbook. And you can see that lorekeeper Frances, the person that you first met when you came in, is sitting there, and she kind of has a warm smile as you walk in. And are you ready?
I think so.
We are.
So as she finishes writing, like it's almost as if she was preparing because she knew where you were going and all of the preparations that Spiros had given her. As she finishes writing in the journal and puts her pen down, a light sort of comes from the floor in the middle of the room, and you can see that there's this iridescent sort of multicolored light that is springing up from the middle of a ritual circle that's in this room. And sort of you can hear her humming a little bit as she finishes writing, and there seems to be sort of a shimmering light that appears to be a gateway. And the sigils on the floor start glowing blue and pulsating with the same time as the portal, as it kind of oscillates in color. The sigils on the floor are doing the same thing, and she kind of just points with her hand towards the portal for you to enter.
Have any of y'all done this before? This is wild. I don't know about this. Who's going first?
Henrik.
Okay.
I'm just gonna like stick my hand in like the edge of it, like kind of testing the waters.
So as Henrik, as you start walking through, as soon as you enter into the light, disappear. And Elora, as soon as your hand goes into it, you disappear. And Reva, you just kind of see them. They're just not there.
Oof.
I follow along.
And as soon as you make it into the light, you disappear. And you find yourself, you find yourself, and you kind of have to adjust your vision a little bit due to the change in scenery. But what is interesting is because of the overhead light in the room that you're in, it's not that much of it. It's not like walking outside after being in a dark theater or something. It's just a little bit of a shift. It is dim outside. You can tell it's nightfall or getting close to nightfall. You can see that you are in the shadow of a large mountain. So where you are is basically at the base of this mountain, exactly where you thought you would be. And you're sort of at this canyon sort of floor. Well, canyon's not a good word for it. The base of the mountain is kind of strewn with rubble, and there's not much there. You're kind of standing on sort of rocky dirt. There's a little bit of scraggly vegetation and weeds that might be growing spaces, but for the most part, it's pretty barren. But then ahead of you, you see a large wall that is built into an opening in sort of an outcropping of rocks, and there's a large stone door that is open and has fallen away and crumbled from time, and it seems to be the entrance to the small settlement that is in front of the chamber that you're going in. So let me change my view here to give you an idea of where you are. So you're sort of in this area is where you appear. So you're in front of this very large door that has been open and is open, and you can kind of see rubble on the ground. Temper is with you. He seemingly must have followed as you went through. He must have come soon after, and he appeared just a few seconds later. Hello. It's good to see you again.
Hi, Temper.
Hey, Timber.
Well, temper.
So glad that you could come with us.
I'm glad as well. You have a bird with you. Interesting.
Yes, he's an owl named Bryn. Why don't you go first?
Were you talking to me or the owl?
To you.
Where would you like me to go?
Have you been here before? Do you have any memory of this place after seeing it?
Oh, of course. This is where I woke up. Well, inside of here is where I woke up. Not necessarily in this spot. Would you like me to lead the way?
Yeah. What do we? Yeah, let's go to. You want to go to where he was born? And if he knows the way, as good as any, right?
Yeah,
And then we'll
so I'm going to go back on the map a little bit because you already had the map that was given to you, but I'm going to scroll back just to kind of give a little perspective to the excavation site. So everything you see down here where the rocks are kind of jutting down, this is all outside, right? So you're under, in this area, let me get the little, so all through here, this is all outside area. So under the sky. It's not until you get to this section that shows the entrance into the mountain itself. So this is all like rocks and outcroppings from the mountain, and it seems to be this is where there was sort of a settlement there. So from what you were told and from what Spiros told you and also what Temper said, you know, he was found inside. But he knows the way back and forth if you need to follow him, but it seems to appear similar to what's on your map as far as the way to get there.
And this was where our location spell is bringing us, right?
That's correct, yes. It's bringing you to this exact spot.
Okay. So,
I think we should look around a little bit first before we just jump in.
Okay. So what would you like to do? What would you like to investigate?
Just to see if there are any people around, like watching to see if there are people coming and going, or if there's going to be an ambush.
Yeah. So go ahead and make a. Let's see here.
can I cast Pass Without a Trace before we start moving around much?
Sure.
Okay. It'll last for an hour, so.
So, do you want to explain what that was, or do you want me to do it?
Yes. So at any point, what it does is it causes all of us. I'm choosing everyone here.
Okay.
It says each creature that I choose within 30 feet of me, including myself, we have a +10 bonus to dexterity checks, and can't be tracked except by magical means. So it really kind of helps mask us from detection.
Okay.
And anytime we have to roll for stealth, you get a +10 on top of whatever your roll is.
Yep. Yeah, so just to clarify, so it's just dexterity stealth checks, right? So it's not dex checks that have to do with other types of dexterity, but it's like if you're trying to be stealthy, those types of checks.
Okay. Yeah, it says dexterity checks and stealth is in parentheses.
Yeah, that's their way of notating that it's if you do a stealth check and you don't have the stealth skill, that you use dexterity, but if you have the stealth skill, then you can use it. But yeah, thanks for explaining that to everybody. So if you have to roll anything to be sneaky, then you're getting a 10 bonus, which is awesome.
Nice.
So that they don't hear us
Thank
when we're coming.
Awesome. So let me know if anybody's attempting to do that when you move. But for now, you also said, Elora, that you were going to try to investigate. So why don't we go ahead and roll a... I'll let you choose whether you want to do survival or investigation. So this would be looking for clues, looking to see if anybody's been through this area.
And watching us, like if there's like somebody like keeping a watch out.
Yeah,
like,
so we'll do a different one for that. But yeah, so let's
okay.
Yeah, so absolutely. Yeah, so let's first see we'll do that one first. So the first one is a perception. To see if you can find anybody watching.
19.
19. You, from where you are here, on especially from this side of where this stone gate are, in all the directions that you see, you look up the mountain, you look along the side, you don't see anything that's popping out as somebody hiding or watching you.
Okay.
But you feel pretty confident that you aren't being watched in the location that you are right now. And then if you want to do a survival or investigation, then you can kind of see if there's anybody that's moved through here, tracks or things like that.
Okay. I'll do the survival. It gives me more.
There you go.
15.
Yeah, so with a 15, you can kind of tell that there have been people walking through this area. And
Recently?
It seems to be fairly recent. You can't tell if it's been more than a day or so, but it seems to be fairly recent. So within the last few days, it seems like someone's been through.
Okay. Okay, guys. It looks like it's all clear. So what do you guys want to do? I'm going to go ahead and try and go in, or we want Temper to lead us?
No, I can walk in. I'll walk in first.
Okay. Again,
And
what
Elora
is Bryn
familiar to
doing?
Stop moving stuff around.
I'm gonna have Bryn fly up around the edge.
Stop it.
So, sorry. So when you mean fly, like,
yeah, can he fly up over the hill, or does he have to go in the?
he can fly anywhere on this except for over here, because this is, unless he wants to fly through these doors.
Yeah, but let's put him on the right edge, on the ledge above, kind of overlooking the rocks. Those 3 piles of rocks.
Got it. So not flying around in search, but just sitting on the rocks.
But a little higher, like on the ledge at the top, like almost to the door,
Like over here?
right next to Reva's face, like Crystal's face.
Oh, over.
Yeah, right there. Yep. Like right on that ledge.
Okay,
Kinda
so is he
peer
just
back
going
down.
straight over, or do you have him going in a pattern?
This
or-
is a cave, right?
No, this is sort of, you're outside. This is sort of open. What you're seeing here are sort of like the slopes of a rock. So this is sort of like a canyon, right? So like there's mountains all around you, and then this is built into the mountain. So this is sort of a mountain pass, so to speak.
Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
So how did you want him to get there? Is he going straight over or just flying?
Kind of, straight line from me straight to where he is now. So just flying up the side of the cavern to perch on the ledge.
Gotcha. What's his speed?
Speed is speed. Please hold. Speed is 60 feet flying.
Yep. So you can totally do that. And then what would you like him to do?
Just perch. Just kind of perch on the top of the lip.
But is he looking for anything specific? Like what are you? Or are you
Yeah.
are you acting? Are you in Bryn's eyes right now, or are you just having him do it?
Yes. So I'm flying to the. Well, what's he on right now?
that was not an answer. That was the opposite of an answer.
Yes.
so you said I was giving you an either or, and you said yes. So are you in his eyes? Are you seeing through your familiar's eyes, or are you just sending him out and then trying to get information back?
If I'm not in his eyes, I can still see, kind of get the impression. If there's people moving over there, I can get that impression, right, without knowing specifics.
You can get a mental communication back from him. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I kind of wanted to put him higher up on the ledge, so he's got a higher, like, to see, like, can he see through the whole valley right there? Yeah. Like,
Yeah. I mean, he could be flying up and seeing the whole thing. Like, he doesn't have to be perched, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I want to perch him because I don't want him to draw any extra attention.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
So is this good, or do you want him higher?
Yeah, right there.
Okay.
Yeah, no, right there. Yeah, high enough that he can see kind of into where we're about to walk.
Gotcha.
See if there's any walking around.
Was he trying to? Okay, I guess that you didn't say so. So I was going to ask if he was trying to be stealthy, but he didn't say so. So, so are you doing a?
Average owl stealthy.
What's that?
Just average owl stealthy, so
Okay.
just regular.
All right. So he is not trying to be.
Correct. He's trying to be a owl, like a regular owl.
Gotcha. I'm trying to figure out whether I can't add that bonus if he's not trying to be stealthy. So I'm trying to figure out whether or not he's getting pass without trace that was cast.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he would, right? And he's trying not to be seen, right? So.
Well, that's what I'm trying to find out, is if he's trying not to be seen. So is he trying to be stealthy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like an owl would be.
Obviously, we weren't ready.
Yes. Okay. So go ahead and roll a stealth check for him, and then if you want to see what he sees, go ahead and roll a perception check. So stealth check first.
Stealth is 15.
Did you roll 15, or you got 15 total with the plus 10?
15 plus 10. Oh, whoops.
So 25?
22.
Oh, 22. Okay.
Is it plus 10 total or plus 10 plus mine?
You get a bonus of plus 10 to whatever you roll, and you add. Like, you get an extra 10 on top of whatever you do.
Yeah, if you roll 15, it's 25.
Yeah.
But do I ignore my stealth bonus?
No. Whatever your stealth roll is, after you've done all your stuff, you add 10.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
So
that's
it should be
definitely
25.
Got it. The only thing you have to do is just make sure you're using Bryn's stats for what he's doing, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay. Great. So 25, and then let's do a perception to see what he sees.
his perception.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
27. Well, no, sorry, 17.
17. So as he flies over, he doesn't really notice much on the way there, but once he's perched, he can kind of see that there's some type of light coming from where the entrance is. So that's what you can get from him at this, like, from what you've got right now. Let me double check something real quick. Yeah, so I would say that you can tell that there's some type of light that's coming from that area, unless you go into start seeing through its eyes. Then you would be able to see a little bit more specifically. But that's what you got for now.
Okay.
All right. Reva, what are you doing? Or you cast that, but is there anything else that you're hoping to do?
I thought we were gonna, Temper was gonna go and we were gonna follow him, so I was just casting without a trace.
Gotcha. All right, so
Yeah,
Temper.
is he like, even with the spell, though, would he be someone who's like super not stealthy?
That's
He's
what
on that.
that's
I mean,
Not only that, should we like warn him and tell him to let's be quiet because he's so precise?
I mean, you guys have his stuff, right? So you know what his
Right.
abilities are.
Yeah.
So
I
if
mean, it doesn't say that he's got disadvantage.
right. So unless you see something there, then it's not. So go ahead and roll. I think Crystal, you're doing him first, so we'll go ahead and have you do it. So go ahead and roll. If he's trying to be stealthy, stealth check.
Yes.
And if
I'll
you're
just
all doing
say-
everybody do that if you're going to be stealthy as you go through.
Yeah, I'll just say, hey, Temper, we're going to try to be a little quiet. So when we talk, can we try to whisper? Do you know how to whisper?
He puts his.
All right, that's good. That's good. That's good. Thank you. Okay, I rolled a 14, so that's 24
Okay.
for Temper.
All right. Everybody else.
I got 24.
All right.
I got 27.
All right.
I rolled a 10, so I have a 20.
All right. And is this the order that you're going in?
No, that was our pass without a trace.
No, I
Our
mean, is this?
stealthiness.
I'm just asking if this is the order that you're entering in, like as far as who's going first, second, third.
Oh,
I'll go in front of
Okay.
Temper.
You're going in front of him?
Yeah. I know there's no stats for this, but there's no reason that if we're trying to be stealthy that we would let a metal dude go in front of us.
Okay.
I'll go in front. Plus, I'm generally curious about these kinds of
He's
things.
been there before, and he wasn't.
But
at
he knows the
disadvantage.
way. Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
But okay.
And I'm also going to share with them that I saw light coming out of the entrance.
Okay.
Okay. So you share that with the group?
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. So let's be careful.
Okay. Can you kind of let me know where you're heading as you go through? Since you're leading the way,
Yep.
Henrik.
Yeah, I'm going to walk straight to the light. Walk straight into the door.
Okay, so all of these things that you see is on your map are like half walls and like of a ruined settlement. So, I mean, are you gonna just kind of what's your path? Is what I'm trying to say.
Let's go right up to the middle, and then I'm going to go straight line straight into the light. Can I go through these broken walls, or are those all walls that you can't cross?
Some that's you can. It's difficult terrain, so you'll be moving half your speed.
Okay.
This is all rubble through here.
Each square is what again? How many feet? 5 feet?
5 feet.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll go around it then. Well, 1, 2, 3. Nope, I'm going to go over it. So I'll go to the first rubble and kind of try to step over that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Emperor will follow you. And Reva and Elora, are you doing the same, or what are you doing?
No, I'm not doing the same. I'm gonna come in, and I'm just gonna follow that line of the wall on the right side.
This way?
Yeah. I'm gonna stay. I'm not gonna go through the rubble. I will make my way up to like the corner and go that way instead of going through the rubble. But I'm gonna stay close to the wall.
Going around this way?
Yeah, but I want to stay close to the wall for some cover. So wherever there's rubble, I don't really want to be like right there in the doorway. I'd rather be like hugged up against a wall.
Gotcha. Okay, so you're staying behind.
Yes.
And there's sort of at this point they're kind of half walls, so that gives you about half cover. Just so you know.
Okay.
You know, like you could crouch down and you'd be behind it. Is what I'm saying. Like it's just yeah. And Elora, what is your path?
I'm gonna come in just right inside the door.
Okay.
And just kind of hang out, and that way I can keep an eye on outside and inside while we're going in.
So it seems as you're looking around, and especially you are walking with Temper, he kind of is just kind of looking around as well, just keeping his eyes peeled. But it seems like everything has been sort of lost to time here, right? There's rubble that is kind of everywhere. It seems as if this was likely an ancient settlement. Like this was sort of probably houses or outbuildings, similar to when you went to the first Donran ruins, but it was still there, right? Like where the well was in the middle and you had like a guard post on the outside and other things. The structures seem to be similar to that, but there are more of them, and there's smaller buildings and larger buildings like you see here. They're not all the same. So it may have been that these were small homes of some sort inside of this protection, but it seems to be pretty well demolished at this point, and you can even kind of tell that what was here is pretty much been cleaned out except for the rocks, because when the Athenaeum came in and they were excavating things, like you don't even really see much of any old artifacts, like what would have been furniture or things like that. Either they're lost to time or they've been cleaned out by now as you're kind of making your way through.
What's the little broken circle?
So you have you'd have to get a little closer to see, but you can kind of imagine that they marked that as it may have been a well of some sort.
Okay.
Just from the map that you have, but you'd have to go investigate to verify it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. we'll kind of go in order of the marching order for now. Henrik, and what are you doing
Or
next?
do we see any statues similar to the ones we fought in the other ruins?
You do not see any statues at this point.
Okay, then I'm going to walk forward to the well.
Okay, so kind of a structure there, and then you get to the well, and this has been, you can tell this well has been sort of filled with rocks and rubble, like it was a well at some point, but there's no structure around it, like there's nothing there that could be used for grabbing the water or anything like that. I mean, it's really old and fallen down, but what was once a well has kind of been filled with rocks and stuff from either avalanches or something. Like the ruins themselves have kind of filled the well. Um, Sorry, hang on. However, as you get close to the well, let me. As you get close to the well, you hear a very loud, and then Henrik, in front of you at the well, the rocks kind of go and explode a little bit. You're not hurt. It's sort of like they just went and like spread a little bit as if something impacted them. And then you sort of hear,
Oh shoot! Shotgun man.
all right there, friends. Try not to go any farther, if you would.
Who's speaking?
Well, we haven't quite been introduced, I guess, have we? You can call me Gentry.
Is he like yelling or
No,
can I tell where?
you just hear him. It doesn't. You can't pick up where he is. You just hear him.
Can Bryn see him?
I'm sorry.
Could Bryn see him?
No, Bryn did not spot him. I would let you know if you did because you did that perception check as went through, and so far nothing.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. What did he say? He said we've not met before.
Yeah, we haven't been introduced before. Maybe he said he wouldn't go any further.
Why not?
Well, I've been hired to keep you out, and that's my only job, and I'm really good at my job, friend.
Can you tell us who's in there?
Now, that'd be giving it away, wouldn't it?
So your job is also to not tell us who's in there.
My job is to keep my client safe, and that includes, confidentiality.
Um. Okay. So what should we do now then? Turn around and go home?
That's what I would say.
I don't know if we can do that. We have to get these orbs.
As you're talking, Temper immediately moves over to where you're standing and puts a shield in front of you.
Okay. Did he do it confidently enough that I think he actually knows where the shot came from, or is it just kind of posturing?
Um, Roll a investigation check.
11.
Yeah, you're not sure. You're not sure based on, and also it was kind of startling, right? So you're not really sure where the shot came from, and you're not sure if Temper is in a position to block it in some way because of you not being sure. So it's kind of an assumption if you want to make it, if that he's doing that. But it's more he's still looking around as he does it. He's not saying anything though. Where are your friends? I know you just didn't walk in here with, what was that one's name? He used to be here, right?
Yeah, this is Temper.
Oh, I have a temper too.
So, Can I cast light? Can I cast just light on my wand? Try to light up the area.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Does that help reveal his location at all?
All right. So you cast light. Make a perception check.
23.
So, the light isn't giving you any idea of where he is. You're not seeing anything. But with that perception check, you're kind of, now that you're thinking about it, you're kind of guessing that he's likely over on this side somewhere, maybe on high ground. And that's only because as you're piecing together the echo and kind of it's going through your brain, you're just kind of figuring like maybe the sound was from that direction, but you're still not 100% sure. So across on this side, near here somewhere, but you don't see anything.
Okay. So if I run, I could go double speed, so I could get through that wall if I just made a run for it, right?
This wall?
I'm running towards it, yeah.
You could. If you want to dash that way.
You could certainly try.
Yeah. I want to do it.
All right, let's roll initiative.
While I'm running, I'm going to say, sorry, but I got to get in here.
All right, everybody roll initiative.
Okay, wait. Do I need to say that I'm doing the dread ambusher before I roll initiative, or is that after we roll initiative?
No, you can just tell. It's. I get it. You're gonna do it. So, but yeah, just do it on your first turn. You can just let me know. But yeah.
Okay.
So
just
you
making sure I get it in there this time.
Yeah, so that you get your bonus to the initiative. Yeah.
Right.
All right.
So, Temper doesn't have an initiative.
It's his. Should be his dex.
Okay, so it's
And
plus
his. Well, let me make sure I got it. Sorry. So. Sorry, I didn't include that. Let me.
Okay.
So 3 plus his dex.
Okay.
So if you want to make a note.
So his dex is 1, so plus 4.
Plus 4 for his initiative.
Okay. So he's 12. This is.
All right.
And 14 for Reva.
All right. And then Henrik, what'd you get?
16.
And Elora?
I got a 16 as well.
And who has the higher dex?
Mine's 16.
16?
Mm-hmm.
What's your dexterity, Reva?
Elora.
I mean, Elora?
Which one do I look at? The one on the bottom or the little +4 thing?
Just the number.
19.
Big number.
19. So then, yeah, you're going first.
Whatever.
As if.
She's behind you, so.
Yeah, so.
And
Okay, what's that fun little thing?
that's just going to represent
Gentry.
Gentry.
Oh.
Gentry.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean I'm ahead of him?
I'm sorry?
That means I'm ahead of him, right?
Yes, that is. So, Elora, you are up first. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stay where I'm at. I'm just kinda, till I find out what's going on here.
Are you going to ready any action or anything?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and get ready for the dread ambusher. situation.
Got it. So
And if I need to shoot something, I'll go ahead and ready my bow.
gotcha. Okay, so if you see enemy, you're gonna shoot him with the bow.
Yes.
Got it. Henrik, I'm guessing you're heading across.
Yeah, suck it, gentry. I'm actually going to make it. So what I'm going to
Yes.
do is, as I yell, I'm just going to say, "Sorry, I got to get in here," and then I'm going to run and try to dive behind that wall.
Behind this wall?
Yeah, is that wall tall enough that I can dive behind it and have
Yeah,
cover?
yeah. It's like a half wall, and you can definitely hide behind it.
Okay. Come on,
All right.
Pepper.
All right. So you hear we've got a 23 against Temper's armor class.
Sure.
17. So it hits.
Okay.
Henrik, you better not get our buddy killed like right out the gate, man.
Temper takes 12 points of damage.
Jesus.
He gets hit into the shoulder. I am in pain and will not whisper any longer.
Poor guy.
I know.
Oh.
That's okay, buddy.
All right, Reva, you're up.
Can you heal Temper since he is a being?
Yeah, you can. Actually, no,
Okay,
sorry,
cool.
I got to go back to Henrik. You didn't
Yeah,
give me anything for Bryn.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm researching now, because didn't you say owls, they can cast spells? Like, you can cast spells through the familiar? Like, if it's a touch spell, can I fly my owl at him and cast, like, Shocking Grasp?
Yep, you
Not
can
another
cast it
touch
through the familiar. You just have to know where he is, but yeah.
Okay. So can, with the sound of the gunfire, can I try to target his location? See where he is?
So this would be a perception check from Bryn, probably. Since
Yep.
your turn is over, I'll have to go with Bryn on this one to see if he can, or if Bryn can hear it.
So it's... I have an advantage on perception checks to rely on hearing or sight. This would be that scenario, right?
That's right. Yep. So advantage. Actually, you had advantage all along with that. So yeah, just kind of for this
Cool.
one,
I got
we'll
a
just.
Nat 20.
There you go. So you have a feeling, and well, I should say, Bryn has a feeling that he is posted up here on the ledge, but but he can't see it, but he hears him pretty distinctly from that. That's where
Like-
the sound came
Like
from.
on the top? Like on the top of the ridge? So
Um,
like he's top of the cavern? Like
Maybe
shooting down?
maybe on top of this wall, like perched up here.
Okay. So in the cavern somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct. I mean, he's
Okay.
elevated, but he's not way up on top of the wall or the cavern.
Got it. Okay. Okay.
Sorry. Go back to it was Reva's turn, right?
Well, it was. So he already went, though. That was his turn where he cannonballed Temper.
As far as you know, that was what he did.
Okay. So, so with the Pass Without a Trace, it says that a veil of shadows and silence radiates from me,
Mm-hmm.
masking me and my companions from detection. So I'm going to try. I just really want to kind of come up to the corner, like 3 squares up, kind of north, to get right there at that corner to see if I can maybe see while still kind of trying to maintain my
Okay.
stealthiness.
Roll a perception check.
Uh, 14.
Yeah, you can see pretty much what is on the map and what we've described, but you don't see anybody yet.
Okay. Henrik is way over there, so he would have no way of like relaying to us that he kind of can tell where the guy's at, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Did Bryn fly over there, or did he just hear it?
Yeah, I want him to find out where the guy is. So I want him to fly definitively to find out where he is as much as possible.
I'm going to put him where he is, but I'm going to say that it was a flyby and that he landed over here, but I'm just going to put him where he thinks he is. Put it that way.
Okay.
Just so you guys have an idea. And so...
so he still didn't see him, though? He just thinks that's where it's at?
As far as you guys just don't know. Where Henrik,
Okay.
you get the
Gotcha.
feeling that that's where he is, but you just can't communicate that. Reva, what you then, if that's the case, then Reva, what you see as Bryn flies over, you see him kind of as if something was maybe swatting at him, and then flew away. So you have a feeling
He's over there.
that he may be here, based on what Bryn did. Now, you're not 100% accustomed to Bryn's owl form, but just the fact that it was sort of a weird formation, even for an any owl,
Yeah.
you know, like it was
Okay.
that kind of,
Right.
as a druid, you were like, oh, that didn't look right. So something's probably
Okay.
messing with it.
Okay, so pass without a trace drops because it's concentration.
Right. So everybody's bonus is now down.
Yep. Because I'm going to cast Fairy Fire, where I feel like Bryn was showing me that he might be.
Okay. All right.
So it has it's 60 feet in range. Would I be able to make it?
Yep.
It's 60 feet and then a 20-foot cube.
Gotcha. So, yes, got it. Okay, so, what does your fairy fire look like?
So it is a kind of a swirling, kind of reminds you a little bit of the Aurora Borealis, like greens and blues, a little bit of violet, but it's not bright. It's kind of a dim. It's a dim light, so it's a shimmer, but it outlines any creature in the area is outlined in the light if it fails a dexterity saving throw.
What's your dex?
It's 14.
So you see this shimmery outline of this person that was really similar to what you saw, Reva. At least the outline and shape seems to be similar to what was there. And then as that hits him, his invisibility sort of goes away.
Okay. And then it also says any attack roll against an affected creature or object has advantage if the attacker can see it, and the affected creature or object can't benefit from being invisible.
As that happens, that triggers Elora. You have your shot with advantage against him because he now became visible, and you have line of sight.
Oh, I do?
Yeah,
Sweet.
because of all the like you are literally
Nice.
in a broken pathway where you are right now, that you can see him up
Sweet.
where he is.
Okay, here we go.
And is that your dread ambusher thing? Is that what that is?
How does that work? Do I have to roll for the dread ambusher
Well,
thing?
it should just tell you on that sheet I gave you.
Okay.
Let me pull
An
it up.
additional attack.
Yeah, so let me pull it up.
Attack
So I've
hits,
got
you
it.
get an extra 1d8. Okay.
Yeah, so let's do the
Okay, yeah.
the first attack and
So that
then
was...
And it's advantage, so you can roll 2.
Okay, so I rolled 14 to start with. So I roll again.
all right. So
What
let's
is it with your...
yeah. So after you rolled a 14 and then you add your bonuses to that. So right next to your
Oh no, I'm sorry. I rolled a 5 and I added my 9.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, so
And then I was wondering if I rolled again because it says if you attack, you can make one additional attack.
yeah, the first attack did not hit, but the second
Okay.
one you can go for it.
Well,
Okay.
she gets advantage on it though.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry if
Oh.
it's. I thought it was with advantage. So if you messed up your sorry, you roll advantage. That means you get to roll twice, and take the
Okay.
higher one. So this is still your first attack. So roll again.
Oh, okay. 18.
18 hits.
Sweet. Okay. So now I do the 1d8.
Plus your
5. Yes. Okay. 7.
So 7 points total.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. And then you have your second attack.
Oh, nice. Okay. Sweet.
And that should be advantage as well, right?
Okay, I got 18 again.
That hits.
Okay, and then
Roll it again.
which one?
You got advantage, so you roll
Okay.
it again.
Just to see if you get a
Okay.
crit. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 17, 18,
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
you hit.
22, 23, 24,
To make
25,
sure we're not
26
hitting
on that one. Yeah, that one was 26, so.
Yep.
Nice.
So that definitely hits. And then because you hit with the second attack, in addition to your regular damage, you get an extra D8.
A D8, okay.
Yep.
Nice. So, I got a 6 on the first one, so I do it again because I get an extra.
Yeah. Do you have anything that you add to it?
Yeah, I rolled a 1, so I added the 5.
Oh, okay.
So-
Gotcha.
But
Okay.
then I do it again, right?
And then you
Because
roll
it says
another, just another 8-sider, nothing added to it.
8 side. Okay. Thank you, that's better. Got a 6 on that one.
So you had how much altogether?
6 and 6 is 12.
Okay, so he is
With
down.
those two.
Man,
Yep.
one turn he's down 19. Very good.
Shoot.
Nice job.
Yep.
Excellent. And he has and there's advantage on him, and it is now. That was your turn, Reva, because that was just her reaction. So that was your turn, was to do that spell, right?
I was gonna see if there's anything else I can do. Yeah, that's it. That's all I can do, really.
Okay, what would you like Temper to do?
Okay, so So now that he's outlined, Gentry, can how high up is he?
He's just on top of these half walls, so he is in striking distance if someone's next to him.
Okay, all right. So Temper's gonna run over then, and he is going to weapon attack. I guess. Because...
Shit! Precious! God! Sorry. Hold on just a minute. God.
So, so he gets 2 attacks.
Okay.
Are the 2 attacks 2 longsword attacks?
Yes. He's hitting twice with his longsword.
Okay, because it also said unarmed strike, and I didn't know if it was one of them was longsword, one of them was unarmed.
Pretty much anybody can do an unarmed strike. That's just why it's listed there.
Okay, all right, just making sure. Okay, well, when she gets back, I can go ahead and roll to see if I hit him.
Yeah.
Okay, come on. Um, 6 plus 7 is a 13.
All right. So
For the
he's
first one.
got advantage, right?
Yes. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, I rolled a 15 that time. That's much better. So 15 plus 7. So that hits.
That definitely hits. Yes.
Okay, so that one will hit, and then we'll roll to see if the next one hits too. 8 plus 7, that's 15. That's the highest one I rolled on that one.
Yep.
So the second. that hits.
So 15 did not hit.
Okay, so there's the first one hits. Okay.
Oh no, sorry. 15 does hit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He
Alright.
no longer has cover, so his AC went down. So, sorry. So yeah, both of
Sorry,
those
guys.
hit. That's right.
You're okay.
So
Temper is attacking.
what was his first damage?
I haven't rolled it yet.
Okay.
It's 1d8 plus 4.
Okay.
So rolled a 6, so 10.
Down 29.
And the second roll was a 1, so
So
5.
5 points damage.
Yeah.
Gentry is down.
Woo! Yay!
I think you failed your job. You failed at your job.
Is he dead?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, he is dead.
Oh man,
Wow.
we can't resurrect him at all.
I mean, if you want to heal him.
Why?
Oh, he could have killed us, and he didn't. He gave us a warning shot. I'm sure. Can we take him back to the Athenaeum Tower?
You could, I mean, you could.
Resurrect him? Is that something I would know that they have the ability to do, or no?
I'll put him back here. You think that they probably, I mean, they were able to do it with
What's his name? Yeah.
Javin.
Gavin.
Yeah. How far away are we from the portal?
There is no portal here. You have to go to the city.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
How far away is that?
Probably an hour or two. Maybe an hour. Yeah.
If he's
You're
dead,
carrying him.
can we use a healing potion on him, or is that beyond usage for that?
No.
No, he's dead. You
Yeah.
can't use a healing potion on
That's
dead.
gotta be a resurrection spell or something.
I'm sorry.
It's got to be like a resurrection spell or something.
Yeah.
To bring him back.
Which we're not high enough to have yet. So.
It's the one thing that you guys have from like the perspective of like that's what's just for everybody watching too. So there's not really it would have to be a house rule, which I haven't really done, to make it work for NPCs and other monsters to make it work the way players get it, because players get like death saves and things like that. Like your characters have those, whereas other creatures don't. They are down, right? That's mainly to make sure that there's balance, right? Because otherwise, it wouldn't be fun to play the game, and it would be a much deadlier game for you guys to be able to play. Because I'd have to do it the same for everybody if I did it that way, and mostly NPCs and monsters don't really do death saves. The only exception to that is if you're trying to do something like subdual damage or something like that. They don't really have a rule for that, but we kind of can house rule to say if you're able to recognize that they're down low enough and you want to do an attack that's like would knock them out rather than do something else, then that's doable. But you could also just talk to them. It just so happened that he just got cut up pretty bad, so he's out.
And based on the knowledge I have of the Athenaeum, is that something they would typically do? Just resurrect random people that show up, or like it would have to cost money?
I mean, resurrection is never common. Like that's a big deal thing. Just for the logistics of it. In the world, it would be everybody would want that for someone that they knew that passed away, right? So it's not something very common. But those people that have the means, or if it's something of real importance, like Javin was a member of a very prestigious order of people, plus the way he died was very mysterious, and they were trying to help him figure out what was going on, so that there was a reason for that, for them helping him out. But this guy, maybe not so much. Doesn't mean you can't try.
Yeah, I mean, it's a couple hours away, right? So maybe I could pick him up and haul him back.
Are you
real quick.
particularly strong?
Are you wanting to do that now?
Yeah, well, how far away from the lighted room? Do they hear everything that's going on?
You don't see a lit like this is just the entrance to where you're trying to go. You haven't even gotten in there yet, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but that's where the light from, right? The door.
Yeah, there's stuff that you were paying attention to the fight, so now that we're out of combat, I can kind of explain a little bit more. Do you guys want to get closer? I can just, or are you staying where you are now? We'll say the combat round's over.
I'm gonna get closer.
All right. So I'm going to move everybody, unless you don't want to be there. Elora, are you okay being with the group? Or do you want to stay back?
I'll get closer, but not right up on top of everybody.
I want to go over and raffle through his pockets to see if he's got anything, and then I'll move over.
Okay. So
what cool fire weapon does he have?
You see that there is some type of long rifle, but you're not familiar with this type of weapon at all.
Right, and it's
put
metal,
me over
right?
there.
Metal.
Okay.
Yeah,
You put me over there next to them then.
Okay. Now that we're going through stuff.
Yeah. Like, give me a gun. Give me a gun.
I hear a gun. Let me see what we got here.
There's
I may be familiar.
None of you are very familiar with this. Henrik, are you going over too, or are you?
Yeah, I'll walk over there.
All right. Before you do, let me describe what you can actually see now, since you're over here, and you're getting the better view of it. So let me do this. So you can see that, like, while you're there, you kind of look as you're kind of checking around just to make sure that there's no other shooters. You can see that it seems that the natural side of this mountain here has been sort of moved and shaped into work stone, similar to when you went to the first ruin and you saw the first entry into the door where you had the puzzle door that you had to get into. And you see on either side, where on your map they're marked with these stars, but those stars, now when you're looking at it, there are two statues of what appear to be elven royalty, maybe, that are sitting on carved thrones. So these, and each one has their hand sort of outstretched along the throne's arm, and the outstretched arm is palm up on each of the statues. And there's a Sylvan inscription written along the base of each one of the statues. And the light is coming from three things really, but in front of the statues there are two braziers. One is kind of flickering with a blue flame, and one is flickering with a red flame. And what should be the door entrance to this whole thing, is shimmering with this multitude of colors that are coming from where the frame of that door is. And that's what you're kind of seeing on that side. So let me actually show you what this looks like. Give me a second. So it's kind of, you can tell it's kind of like carved in to, like, the statues are there, but then there's the doors there, and what you can't see is really the door beyond. It's sort of been blocked by this shimmering thing. One thing you kind of have noticed, Henrik, and probably you, Reva, when you were traveling with Javin, is that from a distance, the sky above Faystar, which is where it gets its name, has this sort of aurora borealis looking type thing, and that's one of the main features of Mount Faystar and why people come here. And it looks to be that same type of shimmering look in front of the door. It's almost exactly
saw and copied for Fairy Fire because you liked it so much.
Yep. So that's what you saw from you finally got over there, and now that the shooting's over. So you saw that, and then so now you're back over this side. And what else? What else were you asking for, Elora, Reva? I know you guys were looking for something.
Yeah, I was just seeing what all Gentry had on him. I'm gonna put the rifle in my bag of holding.
Yeah, there's also some smaller gun at his side. And there's also a sitting on the wall next to him. Roll a history check.
16 plus 19.
So you notice, you've heard of you most people, including you, everybody knows about the Guild Coalition, which is an organization of all the different guilds throughout all of the land, right? And it's sort of all the smaller guilds, whether it's the stonemasons guild, the blacksmithing guild, doesn't matter. They all are a member and they pay tribute to a larger coalition guild that is sort of the organization that ensures that trade goes well, and it's become almost like it's the big business of the time, right? Like it's the it's the Amazon of of this world, right? So it's almost its own country in its political power. But you now are kind of putting it together and realizing that there are people known as Guild Coalition agents that work for the Guild Coalition, but they are sort of also a sort of a private police slash security or investigative force that sometimes get hired as bodyguards or investigators or whatever. And you always remembered that they carry a travel case. And that's just something that's kind of known. They all come, and it looks like a little, if you think of like an old-timey doctor's bag, like the little ones that kind of closes together at the top, and that's what it looks like. And you can see it there on the pedestal, or not pedestal, but on the half wall next to him. And you didn't really notice it before, but it was there. So he has that as well.
Okay, so I guess Henrik, he was Guild Coalition, so if you still are wanting to see about him getting resurrected, maybe you could take him back to the Guild Coalition of folks and see if he was anybody of importance. But he could have just been a hired gun or a hired
Open the bag, see what's in
person.
the bag.
Yeah.
Brent, how do we get back? Like when we're done with all this, did we have a spell to get back, or we have to talk to the person again to activate it? Right.
You were going to the city of Faystar and going to their.
If we were going to transport again, we got to go back to the city, go to the Athenaeum, and then they cast a spell for us again, right? That's how we get back. We don't have like a magical return token or anything like that.
Right. You go to the city, you go to the library location that's there, and then they have word to send you back to the actual Athenaeum in Ventia.
Got it. Okay.
I just throw everything in my bag.
You can't quite. Ooh, interesting. So you're putting everything in your bag?
Well, okay. Let me look inside the bag, the Guild Coalition bag first. Or Elora can, since she was trying to get me to. Well, never mind. She exited. So I'll look inside the Guild Coalition bag.
It is locked. Has a little lock on it.
Okay. All right. Well, I put both guns in my my bag, and I just tell Elora, "Hey, Elora, the bag's locked. I can't open it. Guess we could try to bust it open if we want to, or we could just leave it here and come back for it when we get done fighting. So, and then take it with us."
So it's locked. That sucks.
Yeah. That's okay. We can just come back and grab it and take it with us on our way.
Yeah, but there might be something useful in it. I wonder if I could pick the lock.
You can try.
Okay.
Do you have any lock picks?
Let's see. I don't remember if I have that or not. Let's see.
And if you don't, you could probably improvise something if you would like to. Just would be harder if you're not.
I have crowbars and hammers.
Yeah.
Hang it open.
Yeah, I don't think you have
No, I don't.
lock picks. Yeah.
But I can definitely hammer and crowbar that hammer knocker.
I mean, I have some cartographer tools and an herbalist kit. I got some little things we could poke in there.
You're welcome to try with some improvised tools. Like I said, it would just be harder.
Yeah, I guess we'll wait.
Or you can throw it in your
Alright.
backpack. Just throw it in your backpack.
Yeah, there you go. All right, what are we doing next?
I guess heading up there where Henrik was at.
Okay.
Go to the door.
Thank you, Temper.
You are welcome.
You definitely are fulfilling your prerogative of protection.
Did you heal him?
Not yet.
Okay, just checking. I forgot how many points he gets.
He's doing okay right now. He's still okay.
Okay, gotcha.
What's going on with Bryn?
I'm going to. I mean, he can't really get into the thing, right? So I'll just have him watch our backs.
I mean, he can fly inside if you want him to. It's just I don't know.
Okay. I'm going to fly him straight into the rainbow wall.
Oh my god.
Are you?
Jeez.
No.
Oh, okay. All
I'm
right.
a Kazi pill tonight or something. Jeez.
Okay. So, what's your? I guess I should probably do something.
I want to check out the statues.
Sounds
Yeah, cool.
good. Let me put something to indicate where the wall is, just to make sure you guys know. Well, okay. So, so you see again. There's large statues. They kind of, in a way, resemble the first set of statues that you saw, that were embedded into the wall in the first Donran ruin in Thornmoor. So, it's interesting. But these seem to be a little bit more elaborate. And again, there is the flame on in front of each one, and there's an outstretched hand, palm up, on both of the statues, and the inscription on the.
He's Elven, right?
It was actually. It seems you don't know. But Henrik was able to pick out Sylvan.
Okay.
Can we read it? Is it?
So yeah.
I
So
should be able to.
do you have Sylvan too?
I
do.
think so. Yeah, somebody does.
Well, I wasn't sure who
Okay,
had it.
do it,
so.
Henrik.
All right. So
Go ahead.
so Henrik, you as you read it, it says, "Our lords Dane and Selenar, who protected House Modaris with fire and ice. Dane's heart was as radiant as the afternoon sun. Selenar remained cool and collected as a frozen lake. Each held the love of our realm in their hands."
Okay. So Dane was fire and Selenar was ice.
Yep.
And their palm up.
Yep.
Okay.
Are the flames giving out?
There's a heat coming off as you go close, and you kind of inspect the red flame. Definitely feels like fire, but as you go and you kind of stand next to the blue flame, it feels almost like frost, even though it is flickering like fire.
Can I ask? I want to ask Temper if he knows anything about this. Hey, Temper, I know this is House Modaris. This is where you came from. Can you tell us anything about these statues?
I don't remember much, but it seems this must have been our protection method for keeping enemies out. I don't know how they activated it, though.
All right. You don't have a best guess?
He kind of looks down at the statues and he reads it, and then he looks at the flames, and then he looks back at the statues. Should we take it literally?
That's what I was thinking. Is
That's what I was too.
like to take some of the flame from the braziers and put it in the palm.
I'm a protector, not a wizard.
Yeah.
So, should we go high five him? What's up, man?
What? Oh my goodness.
You can try.
High five the statues?
Yeah. I'm gonna go
Like,
high
I
five.
mean, if you're gonna have ice in your hand or fire in your hand, sure.
There's not flame. It's all the flames in the brazier, right?
correct.
Is there?
Are there any? Sorry.
Go ahead, Melanie. So,
It's okay. Go ahead.
I was gonna see if there's any sticks around that we could pick and see if it will catch flame. Will anything catch flame?
That's the same thing I was gonna say.
Yeah,
That's too
roll an investigation check.
We have things in our packs.
Torches.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 9.
It's pretty kind of barren out here. You might be able to get some of, like I mentioned before, there's not much on the ground as far as vegetation. You might be able to walk around and gather enough weeds and stuff, like as a bundle. But Reva, did you say that to the group or?
I did not, but what you just see Reva reach into her pack and pull out a torch, and I'm gonna walk over to the fire and light my torch, and then try to go put it in the palm of the. Actually, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna hand another torch to Elora, and I'm gonna tell her to do it at the same time.
Okay.
The one for the
Which
ice,
one am I
the one for the
doing?
fire. You do the ice,
Okay.
I'll do the fire,
Okay.
and then we put them in the hands at the same time.
Okay. All right.
The
Mine's
palms.
lit.
See if
Okay.
there's anything.
So as you put the torch into the brazier, both of them, even though the blue one seems to be giving off this cold energy, it ignites the torch like it would regular flame, but then frost kind of appears a little bit down the handle. It doesn't hurt you or anything, but it just becomes a little frosty from the ambient moisture in the air. And the other one, it seems to burn just like a regular flame, although it feels to be more intense in the heat. And
I know. That's what I was just saying.
yeah.
Oh my goodness, it's cold.
so as you carry it over, and let's roll a let's do a dexterity check. So it's just your dex, both of you, plus your dex modifier, 20 plus your dex modifier.
21.
3, so 17.
Yeah, so with the 21 and the 17, you're able to kind of synchronize when you put it into the palms. And as you do, the flame transfers completely from the torch into the palm, and the palms become burning. And then the heads of the statues nod, and then the shimmering light in the doorway goes away, and you are left with an open entrance. Actually, the actual doorway, both of these doors are actually completely open, and so you are able to see down that there is another light coming from within. This one kind of pulsating, just like a light that's just kind of like pulsing with energy coming from inside. And it's pretty dark in there, but the pulsating light is kind of like, it's sort of like for us when we're down a dark road and we see someone might have gotten pulled over, and like the light on top of a police car, kind of like, you don't really see it, but you kind of see the light from the side street or something. It's kind of like that, because it's so dark inside. So yeah, that's what you're picking up. You're also noticing that the ceilings look to be, from looking in the doorway, from what you can tell, they seem to be about 10 feet high, and all of the stonework and the doors seem to match completely with what you saw in the first ruin that you went to. There's still dust and debris along the floor, but it seems to be much, much less on the inside. So there's, except where I let you know, it seems to be the floor is a little bit clear, but I'll let you know if there's any more rubble that would be difficult terrain.
And we have, I'm sorry.
No,
We
you're fine.
have this map, right?
Yep,
Okay. So we know that that's a secret door right there on the right.
you do, yes, but
Okay.
you also know that you can't see far down and to see where this is yet, but you also can tell immediately that the light is coming from the larger chamber beyond.
Okay. So I'm just going to say...
And Henrik, you still have your light spell going?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we still doing the stealth thing that you
No,
started? Or
I gave that up.
That dropped.
There
Okay,
was
that
no
dropped with
point,
the rest of it.
so,
Okay, that's fine. I thought that, but I wanted to make sure. Okay.
yeah. So I was going to suggest, since we know that that's a secret door, maybe if we can get in there and go through that versus walking straight into the big chamber, come out that other secret door in the middle there to see if we could see anything. That's just one suggestion. Otherwise, we could just walk in.
I'm good with the going around.
Can you zoom out, Brian?
Yeah.
You guys have the map, right? I just want to make sure
Yeah.
I'm not... Okay.
Yeah, it's tiny though. Mine is.
Yeah.
It's like a thumbnail.
Okay, the little white boxes in the secret.
Those are
spaces?
those are so these boxes here.
Yes, that.
Those are marking for doors. So
okay, so they're not shut or locked or anything though.
You won't know
we don't
until you
know.
get there. So it's just indicating that there's a door. These were indicated that they were open. Yeah.
Open. Okay, so that's what I was wondering. So
let's
we
walk.
may not can get through there.
It's open. Secret door is still a secret door, and
So you want to check to see if, for Reva's plan, if the secret door is still there.
yeah. I mean, I got a big light on the end of a stick, so it's not like we're being super stealthy, right?
Yeah. No.
Okay. Everybody following?
Mm-hmm.
This was the order, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
Ah.
Reva, your head got so big.
All right. So, as you enter, you can kind of fight down a vague sense of solemnity. Like you feel as if like you're entering into history right now, just based on what you've been through before and seeing it sort of in ruins, the way that you haven't really seen one of these before. Like the last Donran ruin that you went to, mysteriously or just oddly, was still kind of structurally sound, maybe because of its location. So you're kind of getting the sense of this is really, really ancient. And so as you look to the... let me make sure I've got this right. So these double doors that are completely open, Henrik, as you look to your left and you see that there's sort of a rubble-filled room that's been caved in, you look to where the secret door should be. It's actually open, and beyond, it's also rubble-filled and just completely blocked off in a similar way than this one was. So something must have happened since the last map was drawn. So this way, I'm going to draw it on the map so you guys have it. Has also become blocked with rubble.
Okay, so we'll just walk straight into the big room then.
Reva's gonna go touch the rubble real quick. to make sure it's not an illusion. I don't want to be fooled by that again.
So you check as you walk by, and
Yeah, I'm just
it
gonna
is
try.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
it's definitely rock that's real.
Well, that sucks.
So as you walk through the door, you realize it's really now similar to the other chambers that you were in again at the other location. There are 4 pillars in the center. Well, let me say it like this: it's really the other side of the room, beyond these pillars, that's really drawing your attention, because there's a large stone altar set next to that far wall, and at that altar is an elf-like pale female, and her arms are in motion, conducting some sort of ritual, it looks like. And you can now see that the light is coming from braziers that are near where each one of these 4 pillars are. But then you take a second glance and you realize, wait a minute, these aren't braziers. They're some sort of stands. And each one of them holds a Donran orb. And they're pulsating.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't seem to notice you. She seems to be deep into whatever she's doing. But these, and I'm sorry, there are 3. I didn't mention this, but one of the pillars was somehow missing. It seemed to be some type of a secret storage area or something, and it was excavated. So where these 3 pillars are where the tripod-like stands are for these Donran orbs.
So they're just like not pillars to the ceiling, just like small pedestals, kind of.
No, there are like the ones that are remaining. So this one, and most of this one that's left are pillars all the way up to the ceiling. But standing next to them are these metal sort of would have been braziers holding a fire, was what you thought they were, but really they were sort of these metal stands that were holding an orb, as if they were placed there for some reason.
Okay.
So are there 3 of those or 4 of those?
There are. Let me make sure I got it. I don't want to say wrong. Three. There's one in front of each one of the remaining pillars. This one that's no longer there does not have one.
Okay.
Is the elf facing away from us or towards us?
She's sort of facing the wall, so she's on this side. Well, let me do this. She's like this, but facing the other way. So the opposite of what the thing is showing. She's facing not you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's facing the throne.
Yes.
Okay.
This altar that's here.
Okay.
And do we recognize her? Like, is it Zrisha or is it someone else?
Oh, no, you can tell it's Risha.
Okay. This is definitely a bad guy.
Well, Elora wants to run up and just try to grab one of the orbs out. She's got her
Yeah,
gloves on.
I say we all 3 to pick an orb and grab and go.
So are you going in?
I'm gonna put my gloves are on. So if I touch this thing.
All right, so as you start entering in, stepping out from behind this orb, you see
Draven.
Hey, wait a minute. I didn't want to go in there. Go back out.
That was me.
I always do that with your 2 characters.
Well, she did just say Elora too, and I was like, huh? I don't have gloves.
Yeah.
Oh.
Whoops.
So
Not good. We're confused.
He immediately comes out from behind this and runs. He starts to make his way towards Henrik. But then also from the shadows of the corners form these shadow guardians that just take form from the shadow of each corner, or these two, not each quarter, but these side corners. Let's roll for initiative.
Okie dokie.
Um,
9.
are,
Does anybody else want to do temper? I did my fight with him outside. Does anybody else want to run him? I can keep doing it if you want me to.
I can do them if you want.
Okay. I don't know if I want you to.
I know, right? That's what I
Are
was
you going to
thinking.
play
Like,
him like you're playing Henrik? All right, so really the only thing you'll need to know then is he is hold on.
well, he's got his stuff, right? So
Yeah. How many hit points do you have left?
Exactly. He's down 12. So he's at 33.
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure. I just wanted to confirm that you had it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no,
I
to
was
answer
just
your
saying
question.
that's the only thing that's not on that sheet. And his initiative is +4. That's not on the sheet either. I hear a lot of rolling.
Yeah, I'm just playing. I'm just playing while I'm waiting. Sorry.
Oh, I thought that was Ryan like rolling for all the bad guys. I'm like, oh no,
Oh
we
no.
have any bad
No,
guys.
it was me. I'm over here playing. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
All right. Does anybody have higher than 20?
No.
No.
Okay. Well, I hate to tell you this, but
Who's that dude? Do we know him?
That's
Drayan?
him.
Oh, is that
Drayan.
Drayan?
Australian?
yeah, Drayan. So Drayan's up first. Who's got 15 to 20?
I've got 17.
Did you do your thing?
Yes.
And so that was with your
Oh, I didn't do it. No, I didn't do the extra.
okay.
I keep
Well, why don't
forgetting
you do
to
that?
it. Okay. $18.
Okay. That's still second. And then don't forget, if you attack, you get an extra chance to attack. Okay.
I'll try.
Yeah. Who has 10 to 15?
I have an 11.
Temper has a 12.
And I'm guessing, Henrik, you're down at the bottom.
Yes.
What'd you have?
6.
All right. That's also Henrik. And is Bryn in with you?
He is not.
Okay. All right. So, top of the order, Drayan is just coming right at you, Henrik. And you can see just the anger in his eyes. And he's pulling a scimitar and slashing at you. And as he does, "You coward! You had the power within you, and you let it go." Does an 18 hit your armor class?
It does.
All right. That is 7 points of damage. With that, and Elora, you are up.
Okay. So are all the bad guys in front of us, or are there bad guys behind us? Can't.
So everybody seems to be in front of you.
Okay. All right. I guess I will try and shoot Drayan with the bow.
Okay.
$25.
Ooh, 25 hits.
Woo! Okay. Now, should I roll again?
You can. You roll the damage for your first one, and then we'll
Okay.
roll your second attack. So,
Okay, let's see. Attack. Alright, so that's the D8. 11.
all right, and now you get your second
Okay.
attack.
7.
That misses. So the first one, energy of the Talem hits him. He's like kind of hit with that silverish light as he goes back, and then you all sees Risha just concentrating completely on whatever she's doing. She's not even turning around to look at you. She's counting, I guess, on her other guys to do something. So both the shadows move in. So the first shadow is going after you, Reva. And it is 14 to hit.
Does not hit.
Okay. And then the second one is going after Temper, whoever's got Temper. And that is 19 to hit. Does that hit Temper?
Yep.
Okay, and Temper is going to be taking 11 necrotic damage.
Does that do anything for him if he's a construct?
It should be under his special features if he's resistant to it. I think he's resistant to poison damage, and poison saves, but not necrotic.
Yeah.
And then, yep. Okay. So then Temper gets to attack or do whatever. It's his turn. He doesn't have to attack. He can do whatever you want him to do.
Temper is going to run and aid me. No, I'm just kidding. Attack the shadow guy right next to him.
Okay.
Nope.
For both of his
Yes,
attacks?
2 attacks.
There too.
Yes.
Second one hits. Or maybe it does. Hold on. It's 25.
That hits.
8.
Okay. He does not seem to take as much damage from that attack. But he definitely got hit.
Okay.
Anything else you'd like Temper to do?
No.
All right, Reva, you're up.
Okay. All right. Bonus action, starry form.
All right.
So I can shoot an arrow.
Yep. Who are you shooting?
The one that's in front of the shadow. Actually, no. I'm bright light now. So I'm gonna shoot Drayan.
Okay.
If I can.
Yeah. Let's go for it.
Let's see. $15 plus. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing here. Okay, so 15 plus 6. 21.
21 hits.
Okay, and that's 1d8 plus 4. Ah. 9 of radiant damage.
Oof. He screams in agony. And
Okay.
that was your bonus action, right?
Yeah, that was my bonus action.
Okay.
And for my action, I'm going to fling a guiding bolt at Zrisha.
Okay.
At second level.
Ooh. All right.
Okay, come on.
Do it, girl.
I know. You're so good.
Oh no.
Okay, I rolled a 16, so let me plus 6, so 22.
Okay, that hits.
Yes.
Woohoo.
And then it is 5d6.
Oof.
Radiant. Okay, 6, that's 10, 15, 16 points of damage.
Nice.
Radiant damage.
16 points of damage. She keeps fighting through it and casting whatever she's doing. But she definitely got her attention a little bit. Nice. Henrik, you are up.
So is Grant still engaged with me?
He was trying to.
That's right.
Yep.
And how close am I to the orb?
You're pretty close. Like, you're within probably 5 feet, so you could grab it if you needed to, or you could try to grab it.
If I grab it, would that provoke a attack of opportunity?
No, because you're not leaving the area. You're right next to it. You have 5 feet reach, right? No, you don't. You'd have to move. So yes, that would provoke an attack of opportunity. Sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna cast as a bonus action Shadow Blade,
Okay.
and then I attack him with it.
See, you already fight with the shadows.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill him with this letter. So is it dim light or darkness, or is it bright?
It's dim light and darkness, yeah. It's just the only light in the room right now are you and Reva.
Yeah, and I'm
the
casting
pulse from the orbs.
Yeah, bright light and 10-foot radius, and dim light for an additional 10.
Oh, well then, dim light, I would say. A 10-foot radius, you said?
Yep.
Yep, he's in bright light. You're in bright light, sorry, because of Reva.
Okay. Can I not cast Shadow Blade then?
If
Yeah, you would have known it beforehand.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You didn't waste it. Do something else instead.
Yeah. I'm going to cast Ice Knife.
Awesome.
So it's a shard of glass that fling it. I'm gonna fling it at him.
At Draven?
Yep.
Bring
So
him.
the attack save is Dexterity 14. I guess it's just an attack roll, right? So. Yeah. 15.
15 hits. Just.
1 point of damage.
Oh my gosh.
And then the shard explodes, and then each creature within 5 feet must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take additional cold damage.
So that includes you, right?
Doesn't include me? I don't know.
Because you're standing right next to him.
Am I? Okay.
Yep.
What about me? Am I in that or am I 10 feet away?
You're 5 foot is the square, so you're outside of that, but he's right next to him.
Yeah. So is it the same damage spread out, or do I roll damage for each person?
It's just 1 damage, and that's what everybody takes.
Okay. Did he fail?
I don't know. What is his saving throw that he has to do?
14.
14. And what type of save is it?
It says attack save, Dex 14.
Dex, okay. Yeah, he did not save.
Okay. He takes additional 6.
All right. And what about you?
Yeah, I got hit as well.
All right. So you're taking 6? Is that right?
Yep.
The knife impaled him and then exploded, and he's down.
Bye-bye.
Nice. Your nemesis is defeated with shards of ice. But that would have brought us to the top of the round, which he's no longer there. However, as the top of the round happens, the orbs begin to shake and pulse, and I need... Who's at the next in the order? Elora is the next in the order. So, can you roll a 6-sider for me, please? And just tell me what number you get.
6.
So you see the this orb that's on the other pedestal, the one closest to where Zrisha is, pulses, and then a beam comes out of it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need you to roll an 8-sider, please.
3.
It ends up being you. Okay, so you get hit with a beam coming from the orb, and it kind of goes right into you, and you feel this energy overtake you, and you feel as if you intuitively need to protect someone. So you need to choose someone to protect. And you can choose whoever you want.
Okay, Reva, are you gonna kill me if I choose you? Because I know you're funny about
Why would I kill
protecting.
you? Huh?
Because I know you're funny about people protecting you.
No, I'm fine. I'm not going to
Okay.
kill you.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness.
She'll be like strangling me over here.
I mean,
I don't need
just get-
protecting.
All right, so Reva, I guess?
Yeah.
Okay, so the energy that's inside of you, it kind of like your heart pulses for a second, and then you kind of reach out with your hand, and as you do, that same beam that went into you now leaves your hand, and it goes into Reva. And Reva, you gain 10 temporary hit points.
Oh, nice.
Sweet.
And it is now, Elora, your turn.
Okay. Okay, guys, what do you think? Should I go for the orbs or should I go for Zrisha?
I mean, you might could knock the orbs out of the pedestal.
That's what I was wondering, if I should
Yeah.
try that or if I should just go after her.
I think that, I think what she's doing maybe depends on these orbs. So
That's what I was wondering about. Okay. All right. So where is the closest orb?
Closest one is probably the one that's right here in between. Let me actually mark these. I didn't really do that, so
Okay.
let me do that. But it's
I'm
really
probably in the way of the other one.
in between.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I was wondering if Henrik was too. That's why I was trying to figure out where they were at, because I don't want to hit him either.
Oops. There we go. So I would say.
Okay, so I wouldn't
there.
hit either one of them though. Okay, all right. So yeah, I'm gonna try and knock that off then.
All right. Go ahead and roll an attack.
22.
Yeah, no problem hitting it. So you draw the bow back, fire, and it hits the area of where the stand is and stuff. But as the energy goes into it, you see sort of a energy field that's sort of surrounding it, and it kind of absorbs the energy and just shimmers. But it's as if it wouldn't go through to touch the stand of the orb.
Okay. So.
So is action any bonus actions?
That's
movement?
what I was looking at. I was looking at my bonus action. I think I want to mark Jusha
Okay.
with the hunter's mark.
You got it. So you cast Hunter's Mark, and she is now marked.
Okay. But then that was my action, right?
Yep.
So yeah, that's all I got.
Unless you want to move somewhere, you can do that too if you want.
I think I'm good where I'm at right now. Maybe move up a little bit, but
Okay. And it's Risha's turn. You see her continue to do something. She's casting some type of spell, or she's engaged in some type of ritual. Again, the orbs are all pulsing in unison. You see that the tempo of the orbs are starting to pick up a little bit. The pulses are starting to be a little bit faster. Once they got to that speed, they stay steady now. And then shadows are attacking. 19 hit you, Reva?
Now I'm in the bright light. Does that make a difference? Celestial light.
Mm-hmm. Does the 19 hit you?
Yeah, it hits me.
Okay, just making sure. So, looking it up. Yeah, it was with disadvantage, but I still hit you. So that is a 9 points of damage.
Oof. Okay.
And then... Oh, you're good. You lose 1 point of strength.
How does that work?
So your strength score goes down by 1.
Okay.
So...
It's already -2.
No. Your score goes down by 1.
It's 7, so it goes down to a 6.
Yeah.
did you remember to add the 10 you got?
Yeah. This is
Okay,
the.
points.
This is,
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. This
Okay.
is something a little different though.
Oh yeah.
So
I knew the strength was. I was just making sure.
Just as a warning, if you get to 0 on strength, that is also death.
Mm-hmm.
And then Temper does a 14 hit your armor class for Temper.
No.
It does not.
Okay, so No strike there, so it is now Temper's turn.
Pepper will continue attacking the shadow in front of it.
Okay.
22.
That hits.
About a 14.
14 damage.
No, 14 attack.
Oh, 14 attack. Yes, it does.
Okay, so that guy is going to take. Oh, nice. 16 plus 8. 24 points of damage.
This shadow takes 24 points of damage, halved. So that's 12. So 16 points of damage so far. All right. And we're up to Reva again.
Okay, so I'm going to. Oh gosh. Okay, so I'm going to do bonus action my archer, and I'll shoot the shadow in front of me.
Okay.
Okay. So that's a 17.
Yeah, 17 hits.
Okay. And then 1d8 plus 4. 6 plus 4. 10.
And that's radiant.
Yes.
It dissipates as you hit it.
Okay. And then
Actually, let me play my Reva theme song. Okay, go ahead.
and then I'm going to cast Moonbeam on Zarusha.
Ooh, okay.
Since she's not moving, I mean.
Yeah.
So that is silvery beam of pale light, 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder centered on a point. So my point will be Zarusha. Range is 120, so that should be okay, right?
And what's the radius again? I'm sorry.
The radius, it's a 5-foot radius, but it goes 40 feet high.
I'm just gonna do this because it's basically gonna be on her, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she's got Moonbeam. Wow. Okay, but that doesn't start. She, it affects her on her turn, right?
Yes. So when a creature enters the spell's area for the first time or starts their turn there, they're engulfed in ghostly flames that cause searing pain. Must make a Constitution saving throw.
Got it.
It's 2d10 radiant on failed and half as much on success.
Got it. Okay. Good deal. Nice. So, and as you cast your Moonbeam, it's interesting because the light that you normally see comes down, but it's not until after the point at which the beam starts, you see sort of an unfolding of wings at that point. And then of light, and then they go away, and then the Moonbeam comes down. And it seems very interesting and familiar, Reva.
Okay. Okay. That's my turn.
All right, so we are at Henrik.
Are the movements she's doing, is she moving in her spells? Like, are her legs moving?
She's not moving her legs. She's kind of standing in place, but like moving her body and her arms and her hands and chanting something.
Okay.
Can you knock off the orb since you have powers, like magic powers?
I was gonna try that. I was gonna see. Is she? So I know elves are resistant to sleep. Are they resistant to all kinds of charms? Is that something I would know with Arcana check or something?
You could do an Arcana check to see, but you're also not sure she's an elf.
Okay. I'm not sure she's an elf.
I mean,
Okay.
you don't know anything about her other than what you've heard from just in passing, and the little bit that you heard from
Terrence.
from Terrence, but also from Spiros. I mean, you assume that she's an elf or she's some kind of elf, but you're not sure. But you can roll an Arcana check to see if maybe you can rack your brain to see if there's anything that you remember.
That would that be an action for me though? I don't
No.
12.
Yeah, so you're not sure if the Shadowkai have the same abilities as the elves from this realm, or even if they differ from the elves of other realms. But because they're native to a different plane, you're not sure.
Okay. I'm gonna try to cast command on her.
Okay.
So target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or follow the command on its next turn.
Okay.
So it doesn't say anything about elves or charm. It just says it's no effect on undead, or if it doesn't understand your language, but if she does.
We talked to her, so we know she understands our language.
Yes, she does understand the language. Let me... Okay, so is a saving throw. She's
Wisdom save of 14.
wisdom save of 14.
Yeah.
Yes, she saves.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Okay, that's my turn.
Was there something that happens when she doesn't save, or is there...
If she doesn't save, she just has to do a command that I say.
Gotcha. So that was your action. Do you have any bonus actions or movements that you're going to be doing?
Nope, I'm good.
No, like not a cantrip or anything?
No, that's not a bonus action. My bonus actions are, I mean, I could cast Misty Step, but I don't want to do it now.
Okay, got it.
Good.
Let's see. It is now Elora, your turn. Here's the Elora theme song. I skipped the Henrik theme song, but we'll do it next time.
Okay. Let's see. I guess I'll just try and shoot her with the... Well, let's see. Is Henrik in the way, though?
You can move.
Would I, like, have to move? Yeah, that's what I was fixing to say. Okay, I will move next to Henrik.
Like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then try and shoot her.
Let's do it.
$20.
That hits.
Yay!
Right on. Okay. 10.
10 points of damage.
Okay. And that's the first one. Okay. Let's see.
So wait, do you get 2?
Huh?
Do you get 2?
Yeah, doing the Dread Ambusher, right?
I think that's on your first.
On the
attack.
first one? Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. No, it's the 1d6.
But she's also marked, right? So you did a hunter's mark
Right,
on her.
that's
so
what...
there you go. So
the d6 is what...
So you get extra damage. Yep.
Right, that one. Okay. Now, do I add the d6?
So you just roll a d6, and then we just add that to what you just
Okay,
gave
2.
me. All right, so we just got 2 more points. So 28. She's screams a little bit, but she recovers and keeps chanting what she's chanting. And then a pulse happens. But let me make sure. Do you have any other stuff that you're trying to do, Elora? Do you have any bonus actions or anything?
No, I don't think so. I think that's all I can do.
All right. Let's see. Reva, roll a d6 for me.
5.
Right. Roll a 6-sider for me.
Same thing, right?
Yep.
Yeah. 4.
A beam comes from the same orb this time and goes into, again, Elora. Elora, you feel that same energy hit you, and you feel the overwhelming need to choose someone to protect.
Okay, I'll go with Henrik this time.
All right, Henrik, as the beam comes back out of Elora, you get 10 temporary hit points.
Nice. Thanks, Laura.
You're welcome.
Awesome. And then with that, Shadow Guardian is attacking Temper because it's kind of stuck.
Wait, what's her name's turn? She's got to take a moonbeam.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Thank you for that. So it was her turn. She's still
her
doing
up.
this. So yeah. So she takes the moonbeam damage. Go ahead and do that. Good call.
She needs to do a Constitution save.
She fails
Of
that.
12,
She rolled a
14.
6.
Okay.
I rolled it earlier when you did it, so it would be faster when I got here.
Ooh, I rolled an 8 and a 5. So
13.
yeah, 13.
All right. So.
And it's radiant.
So 40.
41,
so
right?
43? 41. Yep. No, 43, right? No, 8 and a 5. 13. You're right. Sorry. Ugh, my brain. Okay.
I understand.
And then Henrik, since I skipped your turn, I'm going to go back to your theme. Because I never did it. All right. And then Shadow Guardian missed Temper. And tries to move. So Temper has an attack of opportunity.
19.
19 hits.
6.
So that's another 3. And then it is now... Now he takes half damage from those. So he's moving over here, but now it's Temper's turn.
So Temper is going to follow him and try to take him out.
All right.
20 something? 23?
Yep.
Yeah. I hit him with both. I got 8, 9, 10, 11. 4, 15. Do I get
Dissipates.
Okay, never mind.
Sorry, what were we going to say?
Ask it for both attacks. Do you add your damage for both attacks? You do, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Because it's not an offhand weapon. It's literally like he's swinging twice. He gets 2 attacks. Yeah. All right. And Reva, you are up.
Okay. I'm going to shoot at Jerisha with my arrow.
All right. You may need to get a clear shot.
Okay. Can I come a little in? Can I get in the space a little north of the? Yeah.
Okay.
Would that work?
Yeah.
Because that's
This is gone.
that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not there. Okay, so I'll get there and I will shoot at her. Let me get my thing back up so I can see what it is. Okay. Oh, come on. 15 plus 6. 21.
That hits.
1d8 plus 4. So I 8 points of radiant.
Okay. Her movements and her chanting stop, and she starts to, like, double over in pain, and the energy starts to slowly, the pulsing goes back to a slower pulse, or a slower tempo, as it does. And she's like, no!
Okay, and for my action,
Mm-hmm.
I'll cast Guiding Bolt. And that is, let me see, roll a 17 plus 6. So, was that 23, 24?
23?
Yeah, I think it's 23 or 24.
23, yep.
Okay. And then that is 3. Hold on. Nope, it's 46 of radiant damage. So glad fighting her this go round I actually have my spell slots.
Yeah, that helps, huh?
Well, it also helps that all of my damage is radiant. 6, 4, 5, and a 1. So that's 10, 15, 16 points of damage. Radiant damage. Mark off one of those. I get 2 of those for free.
65.
She starts to fade, and she starts screaming again, no! But as she's screaming, she's not falling over. She's starting to fade, and you can see her come in and out of, like, she's becoming intangible. And you're starting to see through her. And then she kind of forms back again, and then she forms back and away and back and away and back, and starts to just like, it's almost like it's a Back to the Future Marty McFly type of situation where things are like fading, and like her existence is in this plane seems to be losing its grasp. And she just starts screaming. She's like, how can you be so foolish? No!
How are we being foolish?
She's in a, she feels like you're having a hard time getting her to respond, mainly because of the moonbeam. Yeah.
But I try.
You lit her up.
Yeah, she's having a hard time talking with the pain she's in right now.
That's what she gets.
All right, it's Henrik's turn.
Does it look like was there an invisible spell on the orbs when Reva shot it? Or I guess maybe I was distracted. Or was it Elora that shot it?
Yeah, there was some kind of force field.
They're still humming, right? It's slower, but they're still humming.
Yes.
So I'm gonna try to knock one of the stands over. Like try to kick at one of the stands.
Okay.
Maybe
The one
I'll just hold my
behind you
hand.
or a different one? Which one?
Yeah, let's do the one right behind me.
Okay. Okay, so as you kick it, you take 13 points of force damage.
Okay. Ow.
Told you there was a force field.
Glad you had 10 temporary hit points.
Woo.
How many did
Yeah.
13?
13.
Okay. And it was invisible, right? So
It was just like a shimmering energy that appeared around it when it went. Yeah, so it was kind of invisible when you went to go touch it. So this time, when you went to go kick it, your foot didn't get near it, and there was like about a foot away from it. You, no pun intended, you kind of hit something that wasn't there, and then it kind of reverberated back into you with this force.
got it. Okay. All right. Cool. Then yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Moving anywhere? Staying where you are? Any bonus action stuff?
Nope. I'm gonna stay right there.
Okay. Laura, you are up.
Okay, so which one of the orbs was beaming? That one?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to be a little crazy, but I want to walk up to that one and with the arm that the talum is on, try and reach out and grab it.
Okay, you reach out, and as you get close to it, about a foot away, you touch it, and 13 points of force damage.
Okay.
Maybe you should stop touching the orbs.
That's probably a good idea. How about you try and touch it? You're made of metal.
Evidence shows it's not a good tactic in this situation.
Smart guy.
Yes, very smart. Good thinking, Temper.
Okay. Anything else you want to do, Elora?
So she's dead or dying? Like, do we need to worry about her anymore?
It just seems like she's fading out of existence, but it's not her turn yet, so we don't know until you end your turn. So I don't know what to tell you until she does something.
Okay, so, but moving and grabbing the orb was my action, right?
Yes, but I didn't know if you had any.
Okay, but then
actions.
I have the hunter's mark.
That's extra damage if you were attacking.
If I hit it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Nope. I'm done then.
All right. So she disappears.
No, man.
Moonbeam's still there, but she's no longer there. All right. Take a second. We went right through break because we were in the middle of battle nonstop, and we were about 20 minutes over. Do you want to pick up with this next time, or do you want to continue?
I would like to continue.
I want to make sure that everybody's got a clear vote because there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
How much longer are we continuing for?
Yeah, if we can have an idea of how long we want to continue, then that might be good for everybody to make that decision. And the good thing is we've got another session, right? So we can pick up from there if we need to. So how you want to go for another certain amount of time?
Yeah, like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll give it a shot.
Got it. So as she disappears, Elora, when she leaves the area, you let me just make sure I got this right. So you can make, with advantage, you can make a either perception or survival check to try to track her down.
Okay. $23.
So you are getting the distinct feeling that she moved in this direction, likely to this other chamber. Normally, when this happens, you can kind of pick up tracks and you can sense that, or like kind of just, it's like tracking prey in the woods type of thing, or seeing. But for some reason, you're getting a feeling and sort of whispers in your mind from a familiar voice that kind of talks to you sometimes from your Talem that she's likely in the far chamber.
Okay. So I'll let Reva and everybody else know that, okay, Zerusha is in another chamber. She's not dead. She's in a farther chamber. And I don't really know how we're going to get there.
You mean the chamber they found me? Let's go there.
Ooh. Okay.
How do we get there, Timber?
So he walks to this secret door.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the way down this hall, and then we'll find her.
Okay.
Yeah,
Lead
let's
the
go.
way.
So he leads you down this hallway. And then that door was sort of already open until you get to this area where there's rubble down this side. But Temper stops at a door, or where the secret door is marked. And there seems to be some type of like carving in the wall, but also plates, metal plates that are in there, and they have sort of a pattern, and the patterns or the plates are inscribed with several of the Donran House ruins that you've seen, like the symbols of them. But there's one plate that seems to be sort of moved to the side, and so he pushes that plate and puts it in order, and then sort of with a dozen locks of slides and back and forth and whirs and gears behind, this secret door sign of opens, and you can see that there's a tunnel beyond here. So the door slides down, and then he leads you into this hallway if you are going to follow him.
Yeah, let's do it, right?
All right.
But how long does all that take?
It's within
A couple minutes.
no, not really. Like it's moving quickly. Like when you said he wanted to go, he's kind of moving quickly because he's trying to track her down.
Okay, I was just trying to I was trying to figure out if Moonbeam if I could follow it behind us.
You probably could. I'll say that you're able to pull it. Like, how long is Moonbeam up?
It's only 1 minute. That's why I was asking how long. So it'll
Yeah,
probably dissipate.
it probably would be gone by the time you got where you're going. But this isn't. This is moving pretty quickly. Like within a minute or
Yeah.
two, you're kind of
Yeah.
going pretty fast.
Okay.
They found me on the other side of this hall. You'll have to duck as you go into this tunnel. So he kind of like crouches down and goes underneath the rule of this tunnel and pushes through. And if you're following,
Yes.
I'm going to put you in here.
Can I, as we're doing that, can I touch him really quick and give him just healing hands +4?
Yeah. Oh, that
Okay.
tingles. Thank you.
4 hit points.
All right. Sure enough, Zrisha is in the room. And she is still fading in and out. You gather that she did that. Henrik, you kind of are familiar with the Misty Step spell, and you've seen her use this in the past where she was able to, after an attack, she would blink away and return somewhere else, and you think that's maybe what happened. But after all of that effort and the damage that she took, she seems to be fading in and out even more, and it's very unusual. You've never seen anything like this before, with the effect of a Misty Step spell or anything else. This is something different. And so she's kind of like hunched over in pain, like kneeling on the floor. And on this far wall over here, there is, you remember the chest that was in the other temple that you found the original orb? There's another one there. But above the chest on the wall is a fresco, like inscribed on the or painted in stone on the wall, and it's sort of been, kind of crumbled with time. But you can see a fresco, relief painting, sort of in the alcove there, that appears to be sort of two beings that are coming together, standing on either side, similar to what you saw out front with the red and the blue flames. But she's just kind of like on the ground, and as you come in, she like stares at Temper. She's like, "How are you even still alive? I woke up not too long ago. How are any of you still alive? You don't know what you're doing."
I don't think you know what you're doing.
He's right. I mean, we don't know what we're doing.
You're fools. You're all fools.
Then explain it to us.
They stole from us for power. Stole for us for some of your own realized it. And what did they do? They cut them out. It's going to happen again.
What's going to happen again?
The Dawnren, they'll rise again. They can't stay in the shadows forever.
So what were you trying to do?
Trying to stop the shadows. Find them. And bring the power back. Even your mother knew. She was too scared. But I vow now. The shadow that burns will burn you all. And she stands up and she starts moving towards you as quick as she can. And as she gets about midway, Temper tries to move to stop her. Roll for initiative.
Rolled an 18. 21.
Anybody have anything higher than 21?
26.
Whew. Gary, what'd you get?
I got a 26 minus 20.
So you got a 6. Okay.
What's Temper have?
Am I doing Temper again? I'll do Temper.
Yeah, just...
He got a 13.
Okay. Alright, so it's about like this. Elora, you are up first.
Okay, do y'all want to keep going, or do y'all want to finish next session?
I would recommend...
I saw it's been like 10 minutes. So.
I'd recommend we keep going for at least a few.
Okay, that's fine with me. I just wanted to make sure because I knew it'd been 10 minutes.
And then we'll pick up with it next time. But I think it's a good place to keep going.
All right. Going for the bow. God, no, my brain's done quit. 20. Jeez.
20 to hit?
Yeah.
All right. What's your damage?
God. Oh. $13.
Okay. So as you pull back the talons and the arrow lets fly, the beam hits Zrisha. And just like when the Shadow Guardians start to dissipate, she, with a scream, she starts to pulsate a little bit like the orbs. You immediately know the orbs have stopped. You can hear the hum stop in the other room. And when she starts to just dissipate, and like as she takes her last breath, the shadow that burns will burn you. And then she dissipates into nothingness. And you have defeated the Shadow Seekers.
Okay, she didn't have an orb in her hand, though.
She did not.
Okay.
She was doing something that was activated. Yeah, so all the orbs are now in the other room, all the 3 that are remaining.
Okay.
Anything now
And
that
she
you...
said the shadow that burns will burn you all.
Yes.
Okay.
Can I check the chest out?
Oh, yeah. Let me... So, the chest is similar to the one that you saw. If you remember the original chest.
The one I got my talon out of?
Yes.
Okay.
It looks almost exactly like that. What would you like to do?
I would like to. Can I see?
Don't
if I
touch
can
the box.
visit crap. What?
I was about to say, don't touch the box because remember, Henrik got hit
Yeah.
when he touched it.
Can I kind of examine it a little bit and see if there's anything going on with it? If there's a trap.
You can. Sure. You can do an investigation check.
16.
From the look of it, you can tell that it looks almost exactly like the one that you saw before, and it probably is some type of either outpost or temple sort of vault, for a better term. It's like where they would keep the valuable things that they have. But this one looks like it's been opened.
Okay. Then I guess I will attempt to open it.
So it appears that that the arcane energy, the lock that was on the first one, is either been deactivated, and it also, through your investigation check, you can kind of tell that this has been used. It now that you're all kind of looking around this room, it almost looks like this room has been used recently. It may be that Zrisha was using this room, but you're not sure. Can't ask her, obviously. But you open it, and you see a few things. You see a looks like a traveling cloak. You see a silver amulet that has a red sort of garnet flat disc embedded in it. And then you also see this small stone that has carved, etched runes all over it, and it sort of appears like in shape. It looks like a 8-sider, like an 8-sided die with runes all through it. And then at the very bottom, you see a piece of paper, parchment, that is folded. And Reva, it immediately goes into your brain that this is the paper that appeared that it was going to burn, but it never burned.
Okay. So I pick it up and open it to see if...
It appears to be a letter.
Okay. Is it something that I can read?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so I instantly read Dear Elora, and I just hand it to her. I don't read any more than that.
Okay, do you guys want me to read it to you?
Yes.
Okay, it says, Dearest Elora, I write to you with hope that you may one day understand, but I know understanding is too much to hope for now. You will always think of us as the parents who left you alone in the world without knowing that it was a world we hoped to save for you. Both your father and I found each other despite the wishes of our families, and to them, having you pushed everything too far. While I know this letter to you can never be delivered, I write it so that the gods at least bear witness to my wish for you to know the truth, and maybe they will see fit to guide you to it. We love you dearly. Forever, your mother.
But it didn't answer anything.
Nothing.
We want you to know the truth, but we're not going to tell you any.
Exactly.
But you didn't tell him the truth.
So now that probably means we either have to talk to my uncle or
the gods will push us towards it.
All right, and I guess...
Having you pushed everything too far, though.
Yeah, that's what,
What does that mean?
I'll send this to you, too, so that you can examine it more in between sessions. But we have our final session next week. So great job so far. We will pick up with... we'll pick up from here. so that you can kind of think about how you want to make it back to the Athenaeum to get things well. But it also seems, interestingly enough, that going back to Ventia would bring things full circle. That'll be back to where you started. It'll be back to where your uncle Elora wanted to talk to you. It started with a letter for you, and now it's sort of ending with a letter for you. So things have sort of come full circle in that respect. And you also have 3 Donran orbs to now bring back to the safekeeping of the Athenaeum. So we will pick up next time and see how we can wrap up our campaign. So
Okay.
sorry for keeping us too late, but I figured we had some momentum, so we'll pick up more next time. So
Yeah. Next time we see Terrence, be like, listen, we beat her. What do you mean? Like, we didn't beat you were going to beat her up.
And now I need answers. What do you know?
yeah.
Exactly. Jack him against the wall.
What do you know?
Brother.
Spill your guts, buddy.
All right. Well, thanks everybody, and we will catch you next time. We'll see you.
All right, thanks.
Bye.
Good night. Hope we get some answers.